And so we right now know, based on lots of evidence that we found out there, that the Earth is constantly changing. We found fossils of shells up high in mountains that suggest that at one time those mountains may have been underwater and traveled up based on the way that the Earth is shifting and moving around. We know that forest fires wipe out entire species of plants and animals. Yes?
You were talking about mountains, and I just have a random question. It's not really random.
Okay.
You know how you said that the mountains can come up? What's the hole in the mountain? It's like the mountain might hang over a thing of water, like a cave. It's like a cave, but it's not a cave because caves are on land. It's like water flows into it, and it gets darker as it goes in. But
I'm not sure. I don't know that.
you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
I was about to say, 'cause my friend said she wants to get married in one, and I was trying to write about it, and I forgot what it was called.
I actually, do you know?
What if the mountains what if the mountains were actually not there yet, and there was actually an earthquake, then the mountain went up?
That is quite possible. So, so as we have rivers that are flowing, I can help you Google it. We'll figure it out. As the rivers are flowing and they're carving out rock, you know how the little rocks travel down the streams, and then eventually the big rocks end up flowing, and then we've got dirt moving around and organisms moving around. And inside of those distinct environments, we know that we have different species. We know that sometimes lakes dry up and they kill all of the marine life that's inside of them. So that's the extinction of certain marine species. We know that pollution and toxic spills kill organisms. We know that volcanoes happen. We know that humans are changing the Earth. And so we know that the Earth is constantly changing. So if organisms don't change with the Earth, then they won't be able to survive and pass along their genes to their offspring. So here are some of those fossils that I talked about. It was the mastodon, giant ground sloth, and the Irish elk. So what I think I remember the story is that he found a tar pit, and as he went to go excavate the tar pit, so pull all the tar out of the pit, he found these fossils in the bottom of the tar pit, and he said, well, these fossils show organisms that no longer exist on Earth, and so we know that extinction occurs, and it wasn't a tar pit, it was a coal and slate mine. So he went down deep into the earth, like underneath the patterns of the earth, and he found these different fossils, and he said, these things aren't here anymore, so we know things can become extinct. And so at the time, the people that were in England were Christians and believed that fossils were a big problem because they wanted to have some other way to explain it other than the earth was much older than they thought it was. And so this is one of the reasons that evolution became so controversial because it was in a contradiction to what their religion was telling them. And so people were pretty upset at this at the time. In fact, Charles Darwin had his theory of natural selection for something like 30 years before he ever published it because he was so scared of what was going to happen to him within the church when he said, the earth is very old and things change over time and things become extinct. And so even just in the amount of time that we've been alive, we've seen organisms go extinct. If you Google things that recently went extinct, you can find examples. This horse zebra creature doesn't exist anymore. Some of these toads that are found in the rainforest don't exist anymore. We know that organisms are going extinct all the time. Just hold on to it. We'll talk about this later. Okay. We in fact know that mass extinctions have happened multiple times in the past. So just by studying geology, we know that there have been 5 mass extinctions that have occurred on Earth, and 4 of those have happened in the last 3.5 billion years. So things that are on Earth right now are things that are very, very different than things that lived millions of years ago. So we have had evolution happen multiple different times. They had 250 million years ago a period called the Great Dying, where 90% of all the species that lived at that time went extinct. And so if you think back 65 million years ago, the last time the giant dinosaurs were around, it's probably going to hear dinosaurs and get really excited. But 65 million years ago, when the meteor struck the Earth and sent all of this, the dust up into the air that eventually caused the plants to die out, that caused the animals to die out. Most extinctions that have occurred have happened due to natural factors. And so 99.9% of things that have lived here on Earth are extinct at this day. And we're still part of the 0.1% of things that are left alive, but humans are very rapidly killing off a lot of species due to the things that we do as we go out and we expand and we try and build new roads, build new cities, travel different places. We are causing things to become extinct at a faster pace than has ever been seen before in history, even throughout the Great Dying. So, that was it. Sweet. Okay. Then I am going to post tonight the Chapter 7 under quizzes. I'm going to put the Chapter 7 questions. And so if you will do those as homework by, what's today? Thursday? By Sunday at midnight, then I'll grade them on Monday. So I'm going to be posting homework tonight. And I'll tell you exactly how to get there. It'll be on Springboard, but I'll also put a link to it on my website. And did anybody see that I got a new website banner today? Woo!
I saw it.
No, you didn't. I had a great student who is a graphic artist now, and she made me a beautiful new banner, and I'm so excited.
Mom,
What, son?
I know that.
Look, isn't it pretty? Woo!
I know okapis are ancestors to zebras, right?
This is true.
In the four species